Hi guys, today I'm going to give you a few tips for talking to women during the day.
Excuse me. Sorry, you look Swedish by the way? Are you like a banker? Like, do you work for a bank? Basically, I'm just going home. I'm just on my way home. And, yeah, I saw you. I thought you looked really nice. So I thought I would like risk it and like take a big risk. Yeah, I'm Ian by the way. Ian? My name's Ian. What is it? But your handshake is so weak. You're not like a true businesswoman. You're not like a true businesswoman because your handshake. You're a geek.
You can approve or not approve this.
Okay.
Sorry. It's big process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. So you must be like a geek. Yes. Yeah. You don't look like a geek.
I don't know. But what should I do?
You should wear.
I don't like
the stereotype. What did you study at university? What did you study at university?
Computer science.
Did you?
Yes.
Wow. That's
Computer science.
awesome.
I just have a UK number, but
Temporarily.
yes.
How do you? Whoa. See ya. Cool.
Nice to meet you.
How many is it?
So over the last few years that I've been working with Kamalifestyles, my company has taught many clients, and the most rewarding part has been seeing my clients make huge breakthroughs in this area of their life. Now when it comes to dating, there are no set rules or restrictions, and our clients, through our guidance, have eventually found what has worked specifically for them. Now a good example of this is meeting women during the day and at night. Some students have really taken to night game where they approach and they meet women in bars and clubs, whereas some of my clients have found that they found meeting women during the day has worked far better for them, as they have got much more results. Now when it comes to approaching women during the day, once you get your head around the fact that not only is it okay to approach a girl during the day, it is actually a great opportunity to meet some great women that you might not meet in the bars. But you see, when it comes to approaching and meeting women during the day, you'll find that you have to take a slightly different approach, picking the right time and place. Now the good thing about approaching women during the day is that you have a lot more options, as in places to pick, in order to find women. But it's important to know that the best suited areas that I would recommend are going to social areas instead of the quiet places. Now a good example of this is shopping centers, museums, concerts, and even parks. You will have way more to work with in terms of numbers, and a girl will be a lot more open to you approaching her in a shopping center as opposed to a quiet empty street at night. Now this brings me to my next point, which is timing. Now approaching a girl in a quiet place like a street at night will be far more difficult, as obviously she's much more on the edge. Now simply don't make work for yourself. So a girl standing in a shopping center that's not on her phone will be far more open to be approached than a girl walking really quickly and on a phone to someone. Using the right opener. Now there is no right or wrong when it comes to approaching. Direct and indirect both work, and use whatever suits you best. So being indirect, like asking where the toilet or the nearest Starbucks is a great way to gauge how receptive a girl might be to you, because if she comes across as friendly and open, then you can carry that conversation on. And if she comes across as short or even rude, then you're saving putting yourself out there, and you can end the interaction and just move on. So the downside to this is, even if she's friendly, she may have a boyfriend, and you will end up wasting time talking to her. So being direct can risk putting the girl off, as you may come across as too forward or direct to her. But the positive to this is, if she's receptive, she will immediately let you know where to stand, and not only that, but she'll be very impressed by your openness and your confidence. Now if you do decide to be direct, I advise that you use a false time constraint as part of your opener, as she'll be much more at ease knowing that you won't be staying long, and it's also a great excuse to wrap up the conversation and get a number, as she knows you're waiting on someone. Reading the situation. Now it's important that you don't make work for yourself, and what I mean by this is learn to read the situation well. Now this applies to when initially approaching and when you have approached and engaged conversation with the girl. So for example, it's best not to approach a girl who's on the phone or who's walking really fast, as she's most likely in a rush or just too busy to be engaged in a conversation, and she won't have the time to entertain you. Whereas I mentioned earlier, it's best to pick up a girl who's standing or sitting on her own in a coffee shop or in a park. Now when it comes to the point where you've approached and you've engaged a girl, then it helps to be able to read how receptive she is to you. Now not only verbally like I mentioned before, but also physically by her body language. So if she appears to be open and friendly, and if she's playing with her hair, then this is a good sign that she's attracted to you. Whereas if she appears closed off with folded arms and, you know, short yes and no answers, then she's unlikely to be interested, and it's best to end the conversation and just move on. Get confident. Now you see, most guys feel the fear of approaching women and starting the conversation during the daytime. The reason is they do lack confidence to approach and buy into their negative thinking. Or some guys do follow social programming and believe that approaching girls in the daytime is just not acceptable. Now, just walking up to a girl in the daytime and starting a conversation will help you get much more confident. You see, confidence starts in the mind and follows through to the body language. Therefore, beware of your limiting thoughts, which is not helping you to get more confident and to overcome them. Now, start approaching women during the daytime by asking for addresses around. It could be any sort of address, like a post office, Starbucks, Costa, landmarks, even street names. Now, you'll get far more confident by taking that first step, by approaching and asking for an address. This will also help your subconscious mind to accept approaching women is okay. Now, it's not dangerous and you are safe. So as always, leave your comments and any questions that you have below, and I'll try to answer them personally. And if you're really interested in one-on-one training with me, then shoot me an email on ian@kamalifestyles.com. So I'm Ian, and I'll see you next time.